Every time when I'm in here and you're down underwater and you're looking up at the surface and the clarity of the water and how serene it is, it's, I don't know, maybe spiritual is the word. It's like a different world, a different dimension.
The first Weeki Wachee Springs Mermaid Show opened back in 1947. In it, women dressed as mermaids performed an underwater ballet full of flips, twists, and turns. They even guzzled sodas. The show drew crowds from around the world. Fascinated little girls like Rita watched in awe, dreaming of someday becoming mermaids themselves.
My parents brought me up here to see a show, and that was it. Ever since then, I wanted to be a mermaid.
Rita swam in the 60s as a teen, but she left the show to take care of her son. After working 30 years in the U.S. Postal Service, Rita retired, and in 2015, she returned to Weeki Wachee to swim again. Now, she's one of the legendary Sirens, a group of 8 women from ages 62 to 78 who swam as mermaids in their youth. While all of the legendary swim, Rita takes special pride in teaching the community about protecting the springs.
I wanted to do something to educate people, especially those moving into the state, of the situation with our freshwater resources and how they could be part of the solution. When I did finally get trained and come back and was swimming in the springs, I was really amazed and kind of saddened because I saw a lot of negative changes to the springs environment. I saw a decrease in the aquatic vegetation and plants. I saw that there were a lot less fish species, different types of species that we used to have. And the big thing is the algae that covers everything.
Weeki Wachee is undergoing a number of changes. Rapid development and population growth means local residents are pumping more water from the Floridan aquifer, which feeds the spring. That's why the spring's daily average water flow has dropped to noticeable worrisome levels since Rita left in 1968. And as nitrate fertilizer from residential lawns, golf courses, and farmers' crops seep into the aquifer, the water quality is slowly diminishing and harming wildlife. Unless people slow down or stop this pollution, the spring may cease to exist the way we know it today.
And what happens with increased nitrate in the water and stagnant conditions and the tropical sunlight we have in Florida, you get just a bloom of algae and the springs become totally unusable for human use and for wildlife. We really just take them for granted, like they'll be here forever because they've been here as long as we remember, but they're not going to be here in the future at the rate we're going in terms of our groundwater use and our pollution of the groundwater.
I feel that if we set good examples on water conservation to our children, then we will have given them a gift of life.
Weeki Wachee Springs State Park has a dedicated team working to protect its treasured landscape. The mermaids are a part of that team, but so are park rangers and wildlife specialists. Visitors may come mainly to watch mermaids sway to the rhythm of the spring, but they leave the park with a valuable message on the importance of native wildlife and water conservation. Aquatic turtles and gators depend on the Weeki Wachee River and in turn, Weeki Wachee Spring. And so do people.
It's just beautiful to be part of this spring, and I want to give back, and that's why I've taken on this and worked on it for years to do this, to make it better, to save what we can, to save part of our earth and our water.